Hey guys, welcome to our second episode of It Is What It Is. I am here. I didn't know what happened before. I couldn't find any information on that.
But right now, it is what it is, what we're seeing. And it's always amazing how the
Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of It Is What It Is, where we have real conversations about real topics. I'm excited for today's topic today on bullying. I am Ms. Complicated, here to complicate your day. Unfortunately, my co-host Crystal cannot make it today, but we will catch her next time. Now, before we actually hop into the news today, I just want to say, did y'all see the intro? Our podcast manager does her thing. I love her behind the scenes. She's amazing. Shout out to Alter Ego from Besties and Biz. You definitely want to check them out for any business needs that you guys are looking for. So, this first piece of news, I'm super excited, comes from my hometown, Anchorage, Alaska. I was just scrolling through looking for, I'm like, what information are we going to talk about today? I wanted news that's actually uplifting for our community, because that's what it is supposed to help with. So this one, it's near and dear to my heart, and it's uplifting for our community, so I'm excited. A huge congratulations goes out to Kenneth McCoy, who has been appointed the new acting chief of police and will be serving as the first African-American to fill that spot. Yes, I mean, it's groundbreaking. We're getting the people in the seat that we need. And look at this one. This one was appointed for us. We didn't even have to vote him in. Like, that's amazing. So a little bit about Mr. McCoy. He has over 30 years of experience with the Anchorage Police Department, working in the patrol, detective, and internal affairs division of the department. And he recently held the title of deputy chief for the past 4 years. So they're not bringing just any regular, smuggler, old African-American man into the seat. They're bringing someone who has a background and has been doing this in the works, has been working from the bottom to the top, and I love it. And although he is only acting chief, my spirits go out to him that he gets that seat permanently. He has over 10 years of service in the Alaska Army National Guard, a bachelor's degree in justice, and a certificate in criminal justice. With his words, he's intending to create a trusting and transparent relationship with the community and its officers. And as you guys know, with everything and the recent trial with George Floyd, we need that. We need to actually, the officers in our communities need to come together in order to get that change that we're looking for. So big congratulations to Kenneth McCoy. I'm super excited for what he has in store, and I really hope this is a permanent seat for him, so we can continue to see that change across Alaska, the biggest state, just putting that out there. And it's spread across all the other 50 states. Now, Alaska is definitely getting on the bandwagon for change. I'm super excited, but I'm kind of sad to hear about what's going on in Idaho. I mean, not that many people like us are from Idaho, but I mean, not that many people like us are from Alaska, but you got me. Over in Idaho, they have decided to create a bill, the 27-8 bill, or the critical race theory bill. This bill is set to censor certain discussions about race within public schooling. I have a problem with that, but before we hop into that, they believe that this new law for public schools, they would not be allowed to compel the students to believe that members of certain races are inherently responsible for actions committed in the past by members of the same race. Their words, not mine. Wow. I mean, I don't remember, and maybe I have a different history class from other people, because again, I was taught history in, Alaska. But I don't remember our history saying that what happens in the past is technically their fault now. I don't if I see someone saying that, I can't agree with it. I wouldn't say it's their fault now. But what's happening now and the people that still go by the rules in the past that cause what's happening now, yeah, I mean, I don't know how more to break that down. It's just it's crazy that they want to they are I can't even think of the word because there's so much I want to say, but I don't want to be wrong because this bill might not be saying that they are trying to sweep racism under the rug, but in this way, they're trying to sweep racism under the rug and censor it. Why are we censoring racism? Why are we censoring the past and what's happening and what we're teaching our kids in school? I mean, I don't censor them when they come to human anatomy and you want to show them their dicks and their vaginas. Like we gotta tell the truth about that. So why not tell the truth about our history? And instead of censoring it, explain, hey, this is where they were wrong in the past, and this is how we, as the people who are part of those people in the past, could help it be better. But that's just my 2 cents. Um, I see. Yes, why now? They have never told the truth in the first place, and I, it's I don't know why you won't want to tell the truth. It's nothing. I mean, it is something to be ashamed about. But let's just say that America is racist. It was built on racism. It's run by racism. It's racist. Just that's the first step, admitting it. We just say admit it and let's move past it. Let's it. There's nothing to. If people are saying you want to get over it, well, no one's going to get over it until you actually admit it. So Idaho, good luck to your censorship. And to the people of the Black community in Idaho, I hope that y'all take that censorship and take that band-aid off and still tell the real story, tell the truth, and just make a way for that change. I will be visiting Idaho one day just to start some shit probably, but good luck, Idaho, not really. Um, that is our news, you guys. Make sure that you're staying in tune with your news. Make sure that you're going out and finding those stories. It's very important that we're up to date, the good and the bad. We don't try to give you such bad news about the Black community, but let's face it, that's all there is. I mean, but but there's good news to be shined on our community because we're doing good things and we're making those changes. And part of those changes is hopping on the bandwagon of buying Black. We will continue to stress this. We will continue to give this information out. But the Black dollar that you spend, when it comes back into our community, if it even comes back into our community, literally, guys, like there's no, oh, it might, no, it stays in our community for 6 hours or less. That means I go pay Shaquanda $20 to get my hair done. It's going to stay for 6 hours or less before it goes right back out into a different community. Asian community, 28 days. It's almost a whole month. If it's February, it is a month. Jewish community, which I am head over heels for right now, 19 days. White community that we built, but I digress, 17 days. All these communities, they keep their money cycling within, growing their community within. And as a Black community, we only keep it for 6 freaking hours. So our message, which will always be buy Black, and we are here to help you. We have 4 businesses that we want to highlight every episode to make sure that you guys are aware of your options, and there are so many out there. So the first one today is going to be from the Spiritual Stoners. And you guys know how I love a good name. First of all, spiritual, learning about yourself, growing, whether it's religious or whether it's actual the spirits of the universe, Spiritual Stoners. It's for everybody. And y'all know, besides being a sucker for name, I'm 420 friendly because I'm from Alaska, so I have to be. They hit it on the nail with the name. The Spiritual Stoners, they are owned by a Black couple living in California, and they are set out to represent and encourage the authentic and progressive existence of the divine balance. I love their explanation. It's just so calm and peaceful just to read it. With spiritual products and services, they can help you grow to your highest vibrations and potential. So head over to their website, which is www.thespiritualstoners.com. I, you guys, I bought my crystals already from the Spiritual Stoners, and they come with wonderful information. It explains exactly what they are, and it helps. And especially on this new journey that I'm on, religion was really, it was big in my family, but this is perfect for anyone who's just looking for that path, looking for a new way, or looking for guidance, even if they're already on a path. The Spiritual Stoners. Now, next, if you're looking for something to wet your palate, check out Drinks by Explosive. With the best non-alcoholic teas and lemonades, you'll be amazed at all different flavors that they have. Definitely head over there and check them out at the drinksbyexplosive.bigcartel.com. Now, this one is for all my coffee drinkers. I'm a huge coffee drinker. And although I put more creamer than coffee, I love a good coffee. And so if anyone is looking for a good coffee cup or just a new brand to just bring in some difference to their life, or they just want to shop black because that's the goal, check out Carib Brew. They are where they offer beans that are untouched by chemicals and they're grown in Haiti. So do not wait. Head over to their website now, and it's www.caribbrew.com. The Caribbean, I can't pronounce that correctly, but Carib Brew, and it's scrolling down there, so y'all should be able to see it. And now, last, although this is a competitive site, I still got to shout out for my brothers because they got to get their beards right. So this is for the fellas that are looking for the perfect product to tame your beard. It can also help reduce the irritation that comes with shaving, while at the same time helping to moisturize both your skin and your beard. So head over to Tev's Beard Butter and order your batch today. It is www.t as in Tom, B as in Beard, B as in Beard products.com. So those are the 4 businesses that we are highlighting today. Again, you guys, it is very, very, very important to buy black. Because even though once we get those people in the chair to change everything, we still got to make sure that change is going. And that one way to make sure that, that change keeps going is to buy black. Okay. And also don't forget, I have a business of my own. So it's like options all over. Complicated styles will help you just dress how you want to dress so you can look different and so you can stand out from the rest. And that is complicated.com. I'd give you more information about me, but I mean, my brand speaks for itself. It's out there for you. All right, guys. So today's topic is very, very close to my heart. It's something that I dealt with when I was a kid. It's something that developed into harassment when I became an adult. And it's something that America, honestly, I personally do not think is taken as seriously as it should be. And that's bullying. And that's bullying in any form, whether it's about race, the way you dress, the way you look, the way you talk, your religion, doesn't matter. Bullying, is harassment, is horrible. So one of the reasons I really want to touch on this is because I have a 5-year-old who's going into kindergarten, and I've seen kids as young as 4 and 5 bullying, and it's like they're 4 and 5. I just don't understand where they're learning this from, how they're getting it. It's like, well, it starts at home. But some bullying doesn't start at home. Some bullying come from traumas. Some bullying come from school. And some bullying can come from mental illness. There's so many avenues that contribute to bullying. And I feel like if we keep sweeping this under the rug and saying, oh, one of the worst ones is they like you and that's why they're bullying you. I hate that one. That's horrible. If we keep sweeping this under the rug, it's just going to get worse. And at one point, I mean, I don't know how it can get worse than these kids killing themselves, but one of the instances that I saw recently happened back April 23rd. This is just a week or two ago. And it amazes me that this was not help. It wasn't, nobody was talking about it. And it doesn't make any sense to me because, okay, anyways. So I came across the article, and what happens is here in Texas, these kids who I believe were middle school to high school kids, they're in between there. Of course, they can't give all the information public. Anyways, um, they decided to go on social media, which I want to say was Snapchat, and they pretended to auction off their black classmates. Like, just seeing the screenshots of some of them saying, "Oh, all for $2 or all for 5 because he looks big or his teeth are work." I'm like, a slave auction? We're in the middle of a trial about a man being murdered, a black man being murdered by a white cop. We're in the middle of racism at its peak where we're done. And you have kids in middle school holding a slave auction and thinking that shit's funny. So at some point in their life, someone who they look up to or someone who gives them direction in life put it in their heads, or they read somewhere, or they watched some YouTube show, or they played some game where it was okay for them to start an auction for slaves, like of their classmates. That next to pedophilia, bullying has to be the fucking worst. And I wish America would treat bullying how they treat manslaughter. I honestly believe, and I might be pushing it too far by comparing the two. I might be, but at the point where I'm scrolling down Facebook and I see a 9-year-old murdering himself. No, I'm sorry, a 9-year-old committing suicide. A 9-year-old. Not only did he have to come out that he was gay at 9, he then turned around and thought suicide was the only option for him to get out of a world where bullies live daily in school. It fucking irks my nerves. It irks my nerves even worse because in 8th grade, I was bullied from my hair to my clothes to my shoes, the way I talked, the way I acted. And my mom was my best cheerleader. She always told me, "Oh, it's nothing. You got to ignore them. You're better. They just want to dim your light." All the perfect things a mother's supposed to tell you. But that didn't stop me from literally trying to kill myself. And the fact that we still have, I was at least in 8th grade, so at least I had some time before me to understand what death is, to understand what suicide is. They're 9 and 8. They're younger than that, and they're killing themselves because we don't have a hand on bullying, the most simplest thing that we can teach our kids. Because as a parent, I already teach my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old about bullying. The minute you're 2 and you start hitting and stop, no, you don't hit, you don't yell at people. That is not nice. And that's exactly what I told my 2-year-old, and how I know it works because my 4-year-old falls in line when it comes to you do not disrespect people. We were at the park and this kid was wanting to play with his ball. And I just told my son, "Hey, go ask him if he wanted to hang out or nothing." He's like, "He did. Do you want to go play? Do you want to play with me?" And this kid says, "I don't want to play with you." Like, it just doesn't make sense on how they know, which, of course, the kids have the right to say no, they don't want to play with anybody, but it's just the way they said it and how, and as them as kids, how do they know about not, I don't know. I can't, it just chokes me up. Um, but what I really want to say is one, what I really want to do is blame the parents because I know that's something we all jump to. But we can't just blame the parents. We have to be more involved in our schools. We have to be more involved in what our kids are doing. We have to be more involved with our kids. We have to be more talking with them more, having more conversations, having more structure. On top of that, we have to put things in place where if they are bullying at school, It needs to go on their permanent record. It needs to follow them. It needs to be an impact on their life so that they understand as they go and they grow, because it changes. It needs to be in our schooling as a program. They have, along with learning about the sex reproductive system, they need to be learning about bullying and those effects. They need to be reading the stories about kids killing themselves because of their words. We have to start holding these schools more accountable. We have to start holding ourselves more accountable as parents. If we're traumatizing our kids, we have to speak up and stop doing it and getting them that help. If our kids are traumatized for other reasons, we have to start speaking up for our kids and getting them help. Because again, bullying could be us causing the trauma. It could be mental health. It could be environmental in school, environmental in daycare, environmental, I mean, really in their video games, at the parks, everything. We as parents, as educators, as citizens of America, if we can pass a whole bill to protect one race in the matter of 1 year or less, I think it's time that we focus and pass a bill on bullying that helps people, that holds people accountable for their actions, that holds kids accountable for their actions, and the parents, our guardians, or wherever they're at. We need something in place. And one thing, it starts with parenting. So my advice, my takeaway, my give back to anyone who has kids that are being bullied, anyone who has kids, period, anyone who has seen bullying, or anyone just who has that voice as a citizen who can speak up, is to start having those conversations with your kids young. And if they're already old, start holding them accountable for their actions now. Don't wait until they're adults to say, oh, now you are an adult, you're a whole. No, hold our kids accountable for their actions today and now so that we can stop this bullying, because it leading to murder is not right. This is a perfect time. And if people don't understand, this is a perfect time for the All Lives Matter crew to step up, because this is something that's not just for the Black race. This is bullying is not just for the Latina race. Bullying is not just Asian race. Bullying is not just Indian race. Bullying is every single race possible. You are not, nobody is safe from this. So if All Lives Matter actually wanted to, matter and do something instead of shutting other shit down, this would be the part for them to start. So I'm not going to hold you guys for long. I just wanted to give my 2 cents and let you know it is what it is. And that's what bullying is, in my book, considered close to manslaughter. So tune in with the guys. You don't forget, it is what it is. It's a podcast that is set to have that conversation. So if you are interested in having a conversation, or is there something that you've just, hey, this needs to be talked about, definitely hit me up and let me know. We can have you as a guest on here. You can come and have this conversation and debate in a safe space. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be pretty, because these conversations are never pretty. But I can tell you that it will be a conversation that's needed to be had. So in the meantime, you guys, as I always say, keep it complicated and check back with us later. Have a good one.